evidence that workplace-related well-being initiatives have any effect on the...
Yeah, that's only what I've been saying for the past, 8 years?
Now, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I can only stitch 5 seconds of that video. I'm going to try and relate it more to teaching in this video, but it's basically a research report of more than 46,000 UK workers, which is a big study, has found that no evidence of improved workplace well-being after individual level mental health interventions. So what do we mean by individual level mental health interventions? Well, it's probably every wellbeing staff meeting any teacher's had over the past 5 years. So anything around mindfulness, yoga, all that sort of, I was going to swear then, rubbish is what we're talking about here. Now, if you've followed me for a while, you know I've been banging on about wellbeing not being about these little token gestures and instead about trusting teachers to do the job, reducing workload, etc. I've made plenty of videos. 2019, this video of the top 10 teacher wellbeing fails. And in that top 10, you had the likes of mindfulness colouring, forced staff wellbeing sessions, yoga and the likes. And at the beginning, in September and January, I normally put a post out like that. And the most common answer to these sort of posts asking what's the weirdest, most pointless insight you've ever had is something around well-being. Like this one with juggling where we were told it will help with stress. Laughing yoga, and the one where I had to talk to a raisin. Anything to do with staff well-being, being forced to do mindfulness techniques when you could use this valuable time in 100 different ways is not good for anyone's teacher's well-being. I mean, that sums it up perfectly. The guy who did the study, Dr. Fleming, said that employees need to focus on addressing the root causes of stress and poor mental health to avoid well-being washing, which is that if these initiatives are offered with the intent or tick box because Ofsted are going to ask about well-being, then that's not going to have any sort of impact and is just this well-being washing. So what is actually having an impact on employees' well-being? Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out, but if you're working in education, you know our education system is obsessed with that accountability, that high stakes, high pressure, which creates the fear of an Ofsted visit not going your way, the fear of this, that and the other. And with that fear from that obsession with the accountability system we work in, that's where there's no common sense being used with anything. And we all know what makes these organisational changes. Now, in relation to other workplaces, other jobs, it's these sort of things here. Within education, it's simple. It's trust. It's giving teachers the trust, treating them as professionals, knowing that they know their children inside out and not working them to an inch of their lives where they're constantly having to prove that they're doing the job the vast majority of them are capable of doing. And when you work in that system that is constantly scrutinising you, constantly making you feel like a failure, constantly working you to the point of burnout every half term, every term, that affects your mental health and well-being. So having a staff meeting about yoga and having a staff meeting where you're sucking raisins and this, that and the other has no impact at all. What teachers need is to be trusted. What teachers need are conversations where we're reducing workload. We're asking why. We're asking why we're doing this. What impact's it going to have? You're introducing new initiatives by stopping other initiatives. You're not keep adding to that pile. You know, things like TeachMate seems to be really helping with a lot of schools. A lot of schools are taking that on, giving teachers that option where the technology can then do some of the heavy lifting with admin tasks so teachers have that time back and reinvest that time however they see fit. I've said for years I find so many wellbeing initiatives that are forced to be patronising. I don't need to be told to do yoga or stuff like that. I need the time to actually do it. And a research study like this might hopefully make a couple of people think, well, actually, maybe if we are doing a wellbeing staff meeting, we should just cancel it and give teachers the time. Or let's actually save that money that we're paying for this, that and the other and reinvest it in stuff that's going to actually help teachers, that's actually going to give them a helping hand in reducing workload so that they can feel trusted and then be the best teacher in the classroom.